Operation Clean Spot is a really interesting initiative. It's a multidisciplinary citizen science project that is looking at reducing land-based litter significantly in Africa. It works across the entire plastics value chain with all of the stakeholders to, one, adopt a spot in their community or their circles of influence, and then two, keep that area clean of land-based litter. And in this way, SST hopes to collaboratively and holistically reduce the amount of litter that is going into our oceans. A lot of campaigns that do similar things to OCS, they only address a certain part of the value chain. But Operation Clean Spot reaches across the entire plastics value chain in a holistic method to support each stakeholder in the value chain address plastic waste in their environment. That's what makes it unique.
SST carried out litter perception surveys for both households and waste reclaimers. The objectives of these surveys was to gauge the public's understanding on waste, litter, recycling, as well as which intervention methods would work best for their environment. These surveys were conducted in order to understand how the public views waste in their environment, how the public views recycling, and also while getting these answers back, we would then be able to inform the intervention methods that would be better suited for each of the areas that we were working in.
I discovered that I can do something about on the waste reclaiming side, and then that's where we started to pick up stuff, and then that's where we started to enjoy what we are doing. So we started first with the cardboards. We're selling the cardboards. Secondly, we do the alley cans, and then it worked good. Thirdly, we went to the PET, that side, and then as the time goes on, we sit down with the guys, and then the guys said, no, this is good for us. Why don't we go on and try something bigger about this?
Into esiyahlalela kakhulu inoxabam la kuSoli noSiya noSiyabulela. Siyasabona ukuthi abantwana apha ngama holidays abananto kwenza baphela mos betshaya drugs. Sababiza nabazali sahlala nabo sahlala meeting. Sabonisana nabo, sathetha nabo, bavuma ngabantwana babo.
We found that with the waste reclaimers, they also saw that there was a litter problem in the residential areas that they service. And it was interesting to see that they take their jobs very seriously in the sense that they'll only collect items that they know will yield them the greatest income, and they'll only collect items that are able to be sold on the day.
SST chose to partner with PETCO, which is a producer responsibility organization, to facilitate training for the waste collectors in the Nelson Mandela Bay area. Now, this is really interesting and really important because the training allows waste collectors to understand in a practical way and in a language that makes sense to them what recyclables they can collect and what they can then sell on to make an income opportunity for themselves.
For PETCO, the importance to partner with SST on this campaign was, SST main project is Zero Waste to the Seas of Africa. And I specifically believe it's a very important part of it is to involve the citizens of our country to make them responsible in keeping our country clean and create a litter-free space for everybody to live a quality life. Operation Clean Spot is exactly that. They involve concerned citizens to adopt a spot and keep it clean and create a movement of citizens adopting spots. And in the long run, we will have a clean city, and then hopefully the movement can spread to other areas of our country, and then we'll end up with a clean country. So our role in partnering with SST on this specific program is we supported 31 waste pickers with a 3-day accredited training. And the topics that was covered was identify, analyze, and select viable business opportunities with the idea that they could perhaps see opportunities of moving from a waste picker into a SMME and then further up the value chain.
After the waste claiming workshop we had with SST, PETCO, the municipality, we saw the bigger side, and then we saw a business side. So as from now, we want to learn on the business side. If there could be classes like business side and then opportunities where you can grab that and use it to grow.
I-workshop bisingabantu abangazinto, but ngokuza kwethu sadibana SST uye wasifundisa umsebenzi wethu, izinto zifuneka ziqhutywa njani, funeka sisodwe njani, funeka zenziwe njani, funeka sibe clean kanjani. So ke ngoku siye safunda zonto ezo ke ngoku, but ke ngokusebenza umsebenzi wethu ngenxa nge-SST. Into besifocusa kuyo kakhulu bi-cardboard ne-white paper. Ibhotile nayo iyaqokelelwa, neplastic iyaqokelelwa, nezinye izinto neetoti ziyaqokelelwa. So savuya kakhulu ke yasinceda asithengise into iyi-1 sithengise nezinye izinto.
More than that, we also partnered with Petco to be able to provide personal protective equipment for the waste collectors, which means that when they walk in the households and in the communities, they can be recognized for the work that they do. And we were able to provide them with bulk bags to then easily separate out the recyclables, collect them and move on and sell them on.
With these interventions, we hope that the households can identify the need to separate out their recyclables at source before the waste moves to the landfill sites, therefore minimizing the waste that goes to the landfill sites. And for the waste reclaimers, we hope that this opportunity helps them move up the value chain and also creates an employment opportunity for an otherwise unemployed person in our community. And lastly, we hope that these interventions methods that we're using may be able to be replicated and thus rolled out to the rest of Africa.